Okay, and from Master Wong's 5 moves everyone can do to Aikidoflow's free self-defense move you must know. Have you ever watched Aikidoflow?
Not at all.
No.
So Aikidoflow, he was, to my understanding, he was a bouncer for a long time, and he runs one of the biggest Aikido schools in England.
That's nice.
So let's have a look at this. Obviously, Aikido is not a very
So
popular
he was a
martial art,
bouncer and
but
he
this
runs an Aikido
Welcome back
school.
to Aikidoflow.
Yes.
Today we are looking
Aikido
at
is very popular with
3
bouncers.
simple
Yeah, I don't
self-defense
think this is the
moves
normal
that you
dude.
must know. So when
I
it
think
comes
this is a
to
different dude.
self-defense, we all might get into
Wait, is Aikidoflow the
ourselves or
big black guy?
Yes, it is.
our loved ones.
Okay, then I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, same actually.
Very easy to shoot because you've got
You've sent some of his videos before.
objects.
Yeah.
Or you can't use excessive force to hurt someone too much. So you really need to know what to do and how to do it in a way that you will not end up in a trouble.
He's making a good
The
point
last
there
thing you
about
wanna
like
do is to
self-defense
hurt
laws and
someone
how
and
much you're
destroy their
allowed to
life.
do.
And like that's just really not what we should do. So when it comes to self-defense, use it in the way where you protect without too much injury to the person that is attacking. So we're in a situation 1-to-1, which is lucky there are not more people. Something is kicking off, like there is something, you just know that something might happen. You need to make sure that you cover your distance. The last thing you want is get too close and then not see what's going to happen. So you're covering your distance, and then this is an indication that you need to act. Yeah. So you just strike to the neck very nicely, gently.
No,
Here.
no, no.
To be honest, I can't hear anything that he's saying in the video.
Yeah, same.
He literally said like, all you're doing is you just nice and gently and easily strike to the neck.
Uh-huh. How so? Rewind if you can.
Act. Yeah. So you just strike to the neck very nicely, gently.
You didn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just a very quick strike.
I thought he did Aikido, not Krav Maga.
You've got time to walk away. Make
Yeah.
sure that he doesn't choke, maybe, probably. But just you've
What?
got time to.
Okay, my question is, A, how do you think you're accurate enough to hit him in the neck? B, why are you hitting him with a choking motion rather than a hitting thing? Like, that's not going to do anything. That's such a wide area of impact. I'm not sure
I was
doing
gonna
it
say,
to
if you're
myself
not
right now. It
precise,
barely feels
it does
anything.
Why do these people not like their thumbs or their fingers?
Like, he's trying to get him with like the bit of like between the index and the thumb.
Yeah. Ooh, ow. Oh, yeah, no, that fucking sucks.
It
Just
wouldn't hurt.
Tested
Like,
that on a table leg.
Like
don't hit someone
from
in the
there, I
throat
would
if
prefer
you're
like a
like.
Boshiken. I prefer like a Boshiken actually using the thumb as a striking surface, but by using the connection webbing, so with between your thumb and your pointing finger, all you're doing is causing a needed torque on your hand to kind of pry against your thumb, which is kind of useful.
If I were gonna throat strike in that situation, which I wouldn't, I'd at least do Ippon Ken.
No, you got a Boshiken all the way.
I do not understand your fancy Japanese, but I will say, I guess a punch. I don't.
Ippon Ken is when you have your middle finger knuckle extended out, so that's what hits.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
And Bushiken is the thumb.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah.
But no,
It's
this
very
is
easy,
just
very
absolutely
simple.
terrible. Like,
So next one is a bit of a top
no,
up. So
please.
you see this in action films.
Speaking of
and
Ippon Ken.
you just get one of your knuckles out. Now the thing is, you can't do it this way to just kind of get it out because you're gonna break your thumb. So the way it's done is that you cover this and make it solid. Yeah. So then when
So is he saying you can't do it like the film? You have to make a fist. Like, no shit, Sherlock.
I attack in the solar plexus or in the neck or maybe even in the ear, it's
In the ear?
Not the solar plexus.
No, the solar.
Maybe the neck.
Oh.
For the ear, I want the most amount of surface area I can have because I'm not gonna knock somebody out hitting them in the ear. I'm wanting to what did Master Holmes say?
I don't remember. I feel like
Debilitate? No.
oh, discombobulate.
Discombobulate. That's it.
Yeah.
Discombobulate. Yeah, so you're wanting to clap the air so that you can make it ring, disorientate them a little bit. For the solar plexus, you're wanting to aim with like a proper punch just because it's such a harder area to get to and you got the ribs and stuff there. So if your aim's off, you're going to hurt yourself if it's just that one knuckle out. And the neck, I just said Ippon Ken to the neck. I still wouldn't just do it as a normal strike. I'd do it if it was like a pinning maybe and it was like a grappling situation where they were really close and not moving much. I'm not trying to throw that as my main self-defense strike in like a punch up, you know?
Okay, so like what I said earlier, hard striking areas to soft targets, hard striking areas. No, hard striking areas to soft targets, soft striking areas to hard targets. That there, that's relatively hard. Send that somewhere that's soft. Don't be sitting here trying to hit something that's really, really forceful, because especially the way that he made the fist, your middle knuckle's extended. You're not going to be able to force it to stay extended. If it's pushed down, you know, the way that your hand works, you could actually end up causing more damage to your thumb than what's needed.
I feel like you'd be far better off trying to palm them in the nose than punch them in the throat.
That's agreed.
Yeah. I still don't see why you don't just use a regular fist at that point.
It's not.
Let's continue.
It's going to be quite hurtful for him. So there is a difference between this and this. It feels different.
You know what? I did just hit myself in the solar plexus with the Ippon Ken. It kind of hurts, but I can also kind of hurt someone more.
Yeah. So
I mean,
sticking out. So if you just punch
fair enough, I
here
guess.
or here, that's going to be quite uncomfortable for them. You can follow up by a few other things after that, but it's just
good. Talk about following up afterwards. Obviously, that's something that you need to keep in mind all the time during hand call.
if the situation is like you just want to finish it off before it started, I would just do that. Right.
I don't see what that's finishing.
Right, so next one is that we're seeing it from a punch. So he decides to just strike me in the face, bang, that's what it is. So you need to make sure that you protect. Now, when it comes to street scenarios, it will be very hard for you to be completely conscious and sort of being in full control of everything that you do. So you may end up protecting with the right hand, or you may end up protecting it with the left hand. Whatever, always is best to maybe actually just use both and see what happens there.
That the left hand, I didn't see an issue. The right hand, I don't know what the hell he did there.
I like that every time he's doing it, he's actually going to the dead side instead of trying to force his way to the live side.
Yeah, sure.
That's something nice I can say.
So what you're doing there, you're swapping the hands and striking it.
That was basically a block pass pin. I'm totally okay with that.
At the same time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't see anything deliberately wrong with it.
It could be
I'd like a brachial right there.
all those things. But the main thing is that you actually just protect yourself and coming in. Yeah, this is really
not what you expect from Aikido. Definitely more functional than the usual Aikido self-defense you'd find.
Is he an actual Aikido guy?
I have no idea.
really good place for
Because you said that he didn't look like the regular guy.
He would have to turn around.
Well, that's the regular guy next to
I've got
him,
loads
is
of
it not?
time. Yeah.
I have no clue.
Here, bang, 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 bang.
He just fucking chain blasted him.
Yeah.
You're critiquing a chunner.
As I tend to. I don't like my own kind.
And then you can do other things, right? So nice and easy. Another thing that will save your life is kick in the nuts, all right? So this is one of the most vulnerable places on a man's body. It will hurt, but it will not damage them for too long.
Depends how you kick. You can definitely damage them for too long.
Yeah.
You know what? We need to start an internet fight. Master Ken versus white man in blue shirt.
You know, as Master Wong would say, you kick him in the nuts and he's gonna have no children and his girlfriend gonna leave him.
It will not be something that they will have to go to hospital for, hopefully.
Hope.
So we're here, situation is happening, you know, you feel like this is just too much whack. That's it, yeah.
I
before
can't
you
even
know,
imagine just like going
it
for
could
a
be a
nut
straight
shot
kick.
and it's like
There you
the
go.
explosion.
Yeah, no, there's a general thing where like it'll be a thing of like if you're a man, why would you ever do that to another man?
Yeah, no, like on a psychological
There's-
level, I'd feel bad.
You feel that.
I wouldn't.
You might find a place.
I'm sorry. I would. I'd hit the dick if I need to. But what we need to understand though is I'm pretty sure Beast. You've known that hurts since you were little, right?
Yeah.
So you know if you get hit there, it's going to hurt, right?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that it's not going to work. I'm just saying.
No. That's not what I'm getting at all. You know this, right?
Yeah.
Luca, you know this, right?
Yeah.
Every person who's going to get hurt there knows it's going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
They're already prepared for it. You cannot convince me otherwise. If they're in an altercation, that's the one thing they are ready to react to because they're not going to let that get hit.
To be fair, I don't know. You're not necessarily always thinking about your balls while you're goddamn fighting. Like slip ups happen, even with like professionals and shit. It's not.
That's the thing, though. You're thinking of sport fighting. Think about it. You're on the street. How often do you see, oh, I'm getting attacked. It's a self-defense video. I'm going to kick them in the balls.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair, I suppose. I don't
You're
know.
already going to be used to it. Oh, they're going to kick me in the balls. I got to be ready for this.
Yeah, that is probably something I should think of more often than honestly. I don't know. It's probably just from like the sport competition aspect. I usually just don't think about it, but I mean, you're not wrong at all.
Beast, let me put it to you this way, buddy. With your failings with women, you're most likely going to get kicked there somewhere soon.
Right. So another thing, we are
Can you speed
grappling,
up the wedding?
you know, something is happening.
Like, can
we're
she
trying to
speed
get
that up?
her down. You just find a good spot where you can punch him in the nuts. Okay.
What?
Wait, what? Another nut strike?
The one time that Moss is not here.
Find a good spot.
Yeah.
Where
The
you
one
can
time Moss is not
punch
here,
him
we
in the
literally
nuts.
just get
Okay.
her martial art.
Now you can sit down on a chair and watch him suffering.
This dude's fucked up.
You know what?
I think we just
So-
found Johnny Cage.
You know what? I give this man my utmost respect. If he's willing to beat a man's testicles and then sit there and laugh at him crying on the floor because he's never having children, go for it,
So
buddy.
my problem with that is he's actually doing. Oh my goodness, how am I gonna get this? So this is something I've taken from Goju as well as Shonen Ryu Seibukan. Instead of actually using like a Suki, a punch, to actually hit them in Kinteki, right?
Mhm.
We do a Kinteki Uchi, which is you keep your hand very loose, almost like your eye whip strike,
Meiichi.
because it's gonna be split second just tapping them. We found out, hey, the old Okinawans have found out instead of punching someone in the testicles, just kind of slap them lightly so your fingers wrap around and inflict the most surfaced area
my
damage.
God.
you can.
Yeah, the more flicking the impact, the more it's gonna sting. And for something like that, what you need is the sting.
Yeah.
Like
So like
we have
I'm not saying
Meiichi
it's
and we do
wrong.
it
I'm
to
just
the
saying there's
eyes.
other ways to go about it.
This is the sound of a punch on skin. This is the sound of Meiichi on skin. You can hear the flick has
What
way more of an
psychopath
impact.
put this much thought into a ball strike?
The
Okinawans.
You gotta remember this, beast.
Just
They're like
smoking,
4 foot,
have a
5
cigarette
foot.
and stuff like that.
They're at the
It'll be
level.
quite cool. But you know, this is really painful, and it really will take people down. So use it if you have to. Right, another thing, it's quite common to get into headlock, right? You're grappling, some before you know it, you are in the headlock, right? So
That does happen, especially if you don't know how to grapple and they're used to wrestling a little bit. That's one of the easiest things to get yourself into accidentally.
Yeah.
you get
Is this going to be
held
another
down,
blind strike?
and so you've got three.
That's a very bad headlock.
Left arm bong sao, left arm bong sao, slap the balls, slap the balls.
hands, right? So
I think it's going. Yeah.
get out.
Squeeze them. He's so
Look at the smile on his face.
This man fears no God.
Holy shit, my guy.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Master Ken has something coming.
Get your way, right? So again, squeezing that, not the most.
Bro, the way he's like it's like fucking Thanos with the Infinity
No,
Stones.
you're misunderstanding. He's not saying that you hit them. He's saying that you squeeze them.
That's what it's like
Yeah.
when Thanos got all the Infinity Stones and like the clench of his fist. This dude is trying to obliterate someone's nuts.
Manly thing that you want to do really is this, but you know it will save your life, so why not? Right, another thing is pinching. Again, doesn't seem like much, but if you do it in the right place, the person will let go of you.
Is he gonna
So in a
do both
situation
the
he's trying
nuts
to hold on
again?
to something, you know, and you just kind of squeeze the back of the arm in here. So I do it.
That, yep.
So
That
Oh,
that
but no,
really hurts.
So for a lot of times, if I'm actually in getting my mount, I'll actually kind of lift their arms up to kind of trap them around their head like I'm going for an S mount. But instead of putting my knees up under their armpits or pinning the arms in, I'll actually grind my knees to grab a thin layer of skin on the bottom side of their arms, just because it's mean.
It is mean.
So yeah, I can see that. A lot of times if someone's going to actually throw like their straight line punch and I'm wanting a gun, like throw my gunting, I'll throw a gunting and parry over to get an arm drag. But when I do the arm drag, instead of grabbing the cloth that they're wearing, I'll actually get a handful of the skin, because once I have a handful of that skin, they're gonna go anywhere that I want them to go.
Do you know what makes
I'm
it
not
extra
saying they're
bad
gonna
is if
release
you
it like that.
twist
It's
it
gonna
while
make
you're
them
grabbing
mad.
it like that.
I'm not saying that he's going to be able to get them to release immediately like that, but I'm saying that the idea is not horrible.
If you twist while you're grabbing it, it makes it hurt a lot more.
So it does work. So you can do it at the back of the arm in here, or you do it at the back of the thigh. Also, when you're grappling, you in a certain position, maybe you ended up on the floor, this may come handy. Yeah, this really hurts like hell.
There you go. Exactly what you were
He
saying.
oil checks for fun.
He oil checks with a fucking sledgehammer.
It leaves massive bruise as well. So, you know, hopefully this will be useful. So when it comes to street self-defense, it has to be simple, it has to be quick, and it has to work. These three things that you've seen just in this video are just that.
You know what? I don't like his throat strikes, but everything else, go off, buddy.
You know what? I think that he's the kind of guy who will tickle you on the throat just so he can throw the test the tickler.
I feel like this dude has one of those fucking human like punching bag type deals with one of those fucking like boob mouse pads for the fucking ball strikes. But that is his warm up every fucking day. 365 days a year.
I don't know what to say about that. Like, Jesus.
Well, at least you know who to not start a fight with, I suppose.
Yeah, true.
And they're just gonna fucking pimp smack your goddamn testes.